What if Earth suddenly disappeared? Not destroyed, not burned, not shattered, just replaced. In its place where our planet had existed for billions of years, there was now a black hole. But here's the terrifying part. This black hole would have the exact same mass as Earth. At first, nothing would seem different. The moon would continue orbiting. The sun would continue shining. And from millions of miles away, the universe would look completely normal. But on Earth, there would be no ground, no oceans, no atmosphere, no cities, no humans. Only a tiny invisible point in space, with gravity so powerful that nothing could escape it. And the question is, would the moon be pulled into it? Would the sun be affected? Could the black hole somehow grow? And most terrifying of all, would the entire solar system slowly begin to collapse? Today, we are going to discover exactly what would happen if Earth was replaced by a black hole. Imagine this happening right now. 1 second, Earth is exactly as we know it. The next second, our entire planet vanishes. In its place is a black hole no larger than a marble, yet containing the entire mass of Earth. This isn't the giant black hole you see in science fiction. Because it has the same mass as Earth, its event horizon would be only about 9 millimeters across, smaller than a coin. From far away, almost nothing changes. The sun still feels the same amount of gravity. The moon continues following nearly the same orbit. The planets keep moving as if Earth were still there. But one thing is changed forever. Earth itself is gone. Every mountain, every ocean, every city, every forest, everything that ever lived on this planet has disappeared in an instant. Only an invisible point remains, warping space around it. If you somehow flew toward it, you wouldn't see a giant dark sphere. You would see almost nothing until it was far too late. Cross the event horizon, and escape would become impossible. Not even light could return. Now comes one of the biggest questions. If Earth is gone, what happens to the moon? The answer is surprising. Because the black hole has exactly the same mass as Earth, its gravity is also exactly the same. That means the moon wouldn't suddenly fly away, and it wouldn't immediately crash into the black hole either. Instead, it would continue orbiting almost exactly as it does today. The same would be true for thousands of satellites. From a distance, their orbits would barely change. But there would be one terrifying difference. If even a single satellite drifted too close to the black hole, its fate would be sealed. The black hole's gravity would stretch and crush it into an endless stream of matter, a process scientists call spaghettification. Within moments, the satellite would disappear forever. The moon would keep circling an invisible object, a world that no longer exists, a silent black hole, sitting where our beautiful blue planet once was. And this is only the beginning. Because next, we'll discover what would happen to the sun, and whether this tiny black hole could eventually destroy the entire solar system. Now, let's look even farther into the future. Would the sun even notice that Earth had become a black hole? Surprisingly, almost not at all. Because the black hole has the exact same mass as Earth, the sun feels the same gravitational pull. Nothing changes in Earth's old orbit. The planets continue their journeys around the sun. The solar system remains remarkably stable. But here's the terrifying question. Could this tiny black hole start swallowing everything around it and grow into a monster? The answer is probably not. Space is unimaginably empty. The black hole is smaller than a marble, making it incredibly difficult for anything to hit it. Most asteroids, comets, and even tiny particles would simply miss it completely. Instead of becoming a giant cosmic vacuum cleaner, it would spend millions, even billions, of years drifting almost unnoticed. Yet if anything wandered directly into its path, there would be no explosion, no warning. An object that crosses the event horizon can never come back. The black hole would remain silent, invisible, patient, waiting in the exact place where Earth once existed. But the most frightening part is still ahead. What if a human spaceship accidentally flew toward it? Now imagine humanity somehow survived, and hundreds of years later, a spaceship was sent to investigate the mysterious object orbiting the sun. At first, the astronauts would see nothing, no planet, no glowing sphere, only a strange distortion of starlight as the black hole bent light around itself like a cosmic lens. The closer they flew, the stronger its gravity became. Their instruments would begin flashing warnings. Every second mattered. If the crew turned around in time, they could still escape. But if they got too close, there would be no second chance. The front of the spacecraft would be pulled more strongly than the back. The enormous difference in gravity would stretch the ship farther and farther. Scientists call this spaghettification. Within moments, the spacecraft would be torn apart atom by atom. To an outside observer, it would appear to slow down, fading near the event horizon. But for the astronauts, their final moments would arrive in an instant. No signal would ever return. No rescue mission could ever reach them. Only silence, as the black hole claimed another victim. And this leads to the biggest question of all. Could this tiny black hole survive until the end of the universe? So, what happens after millions or even billions of years? Would Earth's black hole remain there forever? Surprisingly, no. According to the famous physicist Stephen Hawking, black holes are not completely eternal. They slowly lose energy through a process called Hawking radiation. Bit by bit, particle by particle, a black hole gradually evaporates. But here's the unbelievable part. A black hole with the mass of Earth would take an unimaginably long time to disappear, far longer than the current age of the universe. Even after the sun has exhausted its fuel, even after Earth would have naturally become uninhabitable, this tiny black hole could still be quietly orbiting through space. It would become one of the last remaining traces of our planet. A silent reminder that Earth once existed. For trillions upon trillions of years, it would drift through the darkness, unnoticed by almost everything in the cosmos. But in the end, even this black hole would slowly fade away. The last evidence of Earth would vanish forever. And that's what makes this scenario so haunting. Our world wouldn't explode, it wouldn't burn. It would simply be replaced by a tiny, invisible object that could outlive stars, galaxies, and perhaps almost everything else in the universe. So, what happens after millions or even billions of years? Would Earth's black hole remain there forever? Surprisingly, no. According to the famous physicist Stephen Hawking, black holes are not completely eternal. They slowly lose energy through a process called Hawking radiation. Bit by bit, particle by particle, a black hole gradually evaporates. But here's the unbelievable part. A black hole with the mass of Earth would take an unimaginably long time to disappear, far longer than the current age of the universe. Even after the sun has exhausted its fuel, even after Earth would have naturally become uninhabitable, this tiny black hole could still be quietly orbiting through space. It would become one of the last remaining traces of our planet. Make sure to subscribe for more mind-bending space documentaries, because the next question might be even more terrifying. What if the sun suddenly became a black hole?